Well, thank you very much, Chuck. Appreciated your words. There's really not a lot left to say except that I will, you know me, I have to say this because this strategy, this defensive strategy that has failed for 44 years, in my view, is based on a presupposition that is simply constitutionally wrong, and that is the notion of judicial supremacy. We need to go on the offensive. The Constitution is on our side to go on the offensive. You cannot win a war without being on the offensive. So let me just say this briefly. Read your Constitution. Encourage your legislators to read your Constitution, read the Constitution, and they will find that it does not establish a judicial oligarchy where 5 individuals ultimately determine how the rest of us live. And they will find that nowhere in that Constitution does it authorize the courts, federal courts or Supreme Court, to make law. Lawmaking is entirely vested in the legislative branch, Article 1, Section 1. And guess what? Nowhere in that Constitution does it even say that federal judges serve for life. And yet, what do you hear all the time? It says that they shall hold their office during good behavior. And that means, logically, that since the legislature has impeachment powers, that it is incumbent upon the legislature to determine and define good behavior. So I would just issue this admonition: do not let your legislative branch, at either the state or federal level, or some of these groups that have developed the wrong strategy, to hide behind the robes of judges. That simply is not what the Constitution established. If this judicial supremacy that we've been operating under was actually the case, then we do not have a constitutional republic, we have a judicial oligarchy. So please keep that in mind. That's the biggest thing on my heart, because that's where we differ. That's the core of our difference in our strategies, and we need to go on the offensive.